As we have repeatedly stressed before, the Western-provoked regional conflict in Ukraine has acquired elements of a global nature.
Putin's war has failed at his core aim. He set out to destroy Ukraine, but Ukraine is still free.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today.
Hello everyone, I'm Emmanuel Ereyi, and this is Global Perspectives. Right now, Ukraine is more than just a battlefield. It's the center of a global tug of war between some of the most powerful nations on earth. The question is, will this conflict trigger a world war, a World War III? Who are the players on the board? Russia. Vladimir Putin is determined to reshape the map and reclaim what he sees as Russia's sphere of influence. Losing Ukraine to NATO and the West? Unthinkable for him.
On November 19th, 6 operational tactical missile attacks from the United States, and on November 21st, during a combined missile attack, Storm Shadow systems produced in Great Britain and HIMARS produced with Russia, strikes were carried out on military facilities on the territory of the Russian Federation. In the Bryansk and Kursk regions. From now on, as we have repeatedly stressed before, the Western-provoked regional conflict in Ukraine has acquired elements of a global nature.
Ukraine. Under President Zelensky, Ukraine has become a global symbol of defiance. Russia expected to take Kyiv in days, but Ukraine fought back with everything it had, and then some. With billions in military aid from the West, they've turned this into a long and costly war for Moscow.
Since Russia can't defeat our people's resistance on the battlefield, Putin is looking for other ways to break the Ukrainian spirit. One of his methods is targeting our energy infrastructure. And these are deliberate Russian attacks on our power plants and the entire energy grid. As of today, Russia has destroyed all our thermal power plants and a large part of our hydroelectric capacity. This is how Putin is preparing for winter, hoping to torment millions of Ukrainians.
The West. The United States and the UK have been Ukraine's biggest backers. Billions in weapons, sanctions in Russia, and military training for Ukrainian troops have all flowed in. But as the war drags on, questions loom. How long will this support last? Will the next US administration led by Trump shift gears?
Putin's war has failed at his core aim. He set out to destroy Ukraine, but Ukraine is still free. He set out to weaken NATO, but NATO is bigger, stronger, and more united than ever before, with 2 new members, Finland and Sweden. But we cannot let up. The world now has another choice to make. Will we sustain our support to help Ukraine win this war and preserve its freedom? Or walk away and let aggression be renewed and a nation be destroyed? I know my answer. We cannot grow weary.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war.
NATO. While NATO hasn't directly entered the fight yet, its fingerprints are everywhere. Member nations are beefing up troop numbers near Russia's borders. NATO isn't just watching, it's sending a clear message. This alliance will not back down.
We face a more dangerous and uncertain world. There's war in Europe. We see China, Iran, North Korea and Russia joining forces to undermine us. And threats continue to transcend borders, from terrorism to cyber attacks. So it is vital that NATO becomes stronger, more capable and more agile. This is exactly what we are doing. And today I want to share with you my 3 priorities as Secretary General. First, strengthening our defenses through having the capabilities to protect against any threat and prevent war by being strong. Second, supporting Ukraine in fighting back against Russian aggression, which is backed and enabled by North Korea, China and Iran. And third, addressing the global challenges to Euro-Atlantic security.
Then there are the shadow players, those waiting in the wings. China. Beijing is keeping a close eye on Ukraine while plotting his own moves. The focus on Europe may give China the perfect moment to act on Taiwan, a move that could spark another major conflict in the Pacific. Iran. Tehran has supplied drones to Russia, helping target Ukrainian cities and infrastructure. Meanwhile, his nuclear program is advancing dangerously close to weapons-grade levels, raising alarms across the Middle East. In the mix is Israel, the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. Although there's been a ceasefire with Hezbollah, no guarantee yet that the last has been heard. The tension in the Middle East is still palpable, pulling in nations like Iran and the US. North Korea isn't just supplying arms to Russia and putting boots on the ground in Ukraine. It's conducting missile tests, rattling East Asia and keeping the world on edge with its nuclear ambitions. This isn't just about Ukraine. It's about the balance of power in the world. It's democracy versus authoritarianism, freedom versus control. But here's the terrifying reality. This conflict has the potential to spiral out of control. A single misstep could escalate into something far worse, possibly a nuclear war. Imagine this. A single nuclear strike could vaporize entire cities and wipe out millions in seconds. Fallout would poison the air, water and soil, making entire regions uninhabitable for decades. A nuclear winter could block out sunlight, destroy crops and cause global famine. The result? A planet crippled with billions suffering in the aftermath. It's not just about the battlefield anymore, it's about the survival of humanity itself. What can be done? The answer lies in diplomacy, leadership and the collective will to step back from the blame. Leaders must choose dialogue over destruction. We need solutions that value life over power. So what do you think? Are we heading for disaster? Or can we turn things around before it's too late? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on the biggest challenges facing our world today. I'm Emmanuel, Ereyi, and you have been watching Global Perspectives. Stay informed, stay engaged, stay ahead. See you in the next one.